It all comes down to the protection and secrecy and uniqueness of that key. If the key is properly protected and secure, we win. And if the key is not properly protected and secure, we lose. Now, this is something that's always puzzled me with all these big breaches that have happened. Whether we look at a large breach like Marriott, where 500 million records were compromised, or we look at a more recent attack like SolarWinds, where there was a supply chain attack that was able to access hundreds and thousands of sensitive documents. What I always go back to, and nobody ever talks about and covers, is all of that information was supposedly encrypted. Right? If you go back to the Marriott database, the Starwood database that they acquired, that database was supposedly encrypted. All of that sensitive data that was stolen from the government with SolarWinds, encrypted. So if you look at all these breaches, their attackers are stealing encrypted data. Now, here's the issue. If it was encrypted correctly and the keys were properly protected, who cares? If somebody steals encrypted data but they don't have the key and it's proper encryption with proper key length, then no one's going to be able to decrypt that in any reasonable time frame. So who cares? It's sort of like breaking into a house and having all the valuables in a safe and you don't have the combination to the safe. You're not going to be, if you're a robber, you're not going to be able to sit there for 3 months and try to crack the safe because the homeowners are going to come home, right? You're not going to be able to effectively steal the information. So you look at all these breaches and you say, wait a second, how in the world are the attackers stealing encrypted data and being able to read it instantly? Clearly, they're not cracking the crypto. Nobody's that good. So the question is, what's going on? And what's going on is this. You have a sticky note with the combination to the safe stuck to the outside of the safe. So now when robbers break into your house, they're able to go in and get to the safe. There's a sticky note right there with the combination, and they use the combination. What's happening today is we're storing the cryptographic key with the data. It's stored on the same exact server that the data is, which means if you get to the server, you get to the data. So that's one of the fundamental flaws in what we're doing, is the key needs to be stored separately from the data. It needs to be a separate key that's not stored with your information. So now if you get to the data, you don't get the key.